Hello everybody, welcome back to Let's Play HOI4 Kaiserreich Serbia. Let's continue on from where we last left off. So we are fighting against Bulgaria. I think we're doing pretty okay, and none of you were actually super useful. War propaganda isn't actually too bad. We're at 66%. If we get a little bit more, we're attacking defense on core territory. Honestly, I think we're better saving our political power for some other decisions here. You are still on last stand. If I can break my way free, that would be nice. Romania is actually about to enter Varna in 8 hours, and that might trigger Bulgaria to actually surrender to us, which would be nice. For the moment, recruit population factor plus 15% is pretty good, and that 5% organization. Or the 1% recruit population. We're already at 5%. So we don't need it right now. Let's actually go for green shirts. So mobilize those guys ASAP. And right now, you are at 32% towards capitulation. You have... Where's your current capital right now? Basically non-existent as far as I can tell. You're still defending. Defend again. Just defend as your life asks for it. There we go. And I think we'll stand triumphant. We'll gain our territories. New York City has fallen, but that's okay. And I also, I did not want my cavalry division to die. But there we go. We have secured our place in the world at the moment. Decisions that are available. Choose next area to integrate. I don't see... I guess it's these two places down here. Okay. Well, obviously we want to integrate both of you. Is there a third province? I don't think so. So overall, I think that went pretty well. We can't get war economy right now, but that's okay. We don't really need to. Weapon man, okay, what are actually researching right now? We're getting superior firepower. Your 1939 rifle, which I think we probably don't need right now. Artillery attack is pretty nice. You know what? Just infantry attack, more recruit population, I think seems okay. Serbia, again, we have a pretty small population. So, actually, how long does this take? Macedonia, claim loss, now a core. I don't know why it's actually not showing up in, like, a list here, but I guess it's not actually a huge deal. For 97 days. So, for 3 months, which actually isn't too bad. Once that's done, we should be getting some good political power for ourselves. RDP is taking power, so just the liberals. Not a big deal. The VMRO mobilizes. Just a mere mention of the VMRO, the Internal Macedonian Revolutionary Organization, will fill any older Serbian male with troubled thoughts. The Ultra-Nationalist Revolutionary Terror Group, the VMRO, long fought for the Bulgarian Macedonia, with the brutal pre-Wildkrieg uprising in Ilden and Tisvez, along with other power... against any power they got underway, so-called liberation of the Macedonian region. Since the Wildkrieg, Bulgaria's hegemony of the region has seen the VMRO grow into a form of limbo, fading into history with their goal achieved. With our reclamation of Macedonia was always expected to be difficult to consolidate, but today the National Assembly has received word Bulgarian revolutionary Todor Alexandrov has restored the organization, declaring an open war against Belgrade in the process. The group will have no doubt get support, clandestine or otherwise, from Bulgarian elements, which will in turn embolden their actions. If we do not crush them swiftly, then military officials worry that the partisans may not be beatable at all. 10% stability loss, political power cost, organization gets penalized. So far, like, it's not great. In fact, quite bad. But with this extra territory, we're getting more resources, which is quite nice. Hopefully, we're getting some more factories as well that we're able to trade away with. Technology. You're too expensive. 38... might not be so bad. You know what? Let's actually go for the research upgrade first. You guys prepare an offensive into Austro-Hungary over here. We have 9 out of like 25 total divisions. It's much better than where we I think originally started out with 7. So we can train a much larger army, but we really just don't have the material necessary to actually make that happen, which is very unfortunate. 16 factories, only 4 of them are military, which is a major problem for us. I think one of you... 1 civilian factory, 3 infrastructure, political power, dockyards. Don't one of you give military factories? Or did I already get all the military factory upgrades from you? There's one military factory there. Actually, just look up military factory. You give 2, you give 1. So we actually want to kind of make our way down there when we have the possibility to do so, which we could do soon. We do need all 3 of these, though. But that is 3 military factories, and I really can't say no to that. So once we mobilize the green shirts in just a few weeks, I guess construction speed factory output first, and then going to expand the bore mines. I mean, I wish I didn't have to expand the bore mines. Hungary's also... What's the word? Hungary? Interesting. Okay. Prices on the Danube. The Danube. Not the, you don't pronounce it Danube. Savio crisis has been resolved. Okay, so... Like, if there was any time to attack, you would think now would be it, right? But I don't think we have any possibility to actually do any kind of offensive movements. West Indies have ended their war. Dreams of Yugoslavia. Switzerland's doing the Reichspakt. That's actually, that could lead to a second Weltkrieg, like, happening right now. Canada's declared war in the West Indies Union. Russia's doing some stuff as well. I'm curious. Does it make sense to attack Austria now? Gather against Austria. Attack bonuses against Austria and Illyria. Like, it's tempting for sure. The factories are also quite... Yeah, we're gonna try. Like, if we can... I mean, I guess we want these things done anyways. How many troops does Hungary have? They have 7 to 53 divisions. So there's a chance that they do outnumber everybody else. Can I actually see what their factory output is? 2023, so that is... With partial mobilization, 35% bonus. So... I mean, they have more than we do, so they probably have like 30-something divisions at most. So them having 50 is not likely. Industrial sabotage. Macedonia is receiving some penalties. Unfortunate. But you know, what can we do at the moment? Excavation 2, I don't think we need. Better artillery. I mean, we have 165. If I was to put an artillery unit into every single unit here, we would actually have enough. Never mind. We'll upgrade the artillery, put those guys into the army. Fantastic. So yeah, let's go for the artillery upgrade. 106 days. Not too bad. I'm just thinking, like... Because they do have a lot of troops on our borders. Which does help out Hungary, for sure. Because they're not going to be dealing with as many enemy troops. Like, if Hungary could theoretically beat all of Austria, I mean, it's not impossible. It is technically possible. It's just very, very unlikely. And with you in the Reichspakt, France is going to have a really, really hard time. 20 political power, I'll definitely take it. Actually winning the second Weltkrieg. So I'm assuming at this point that they are just lost. You have another 39 days left. Yeah, just like with Switzerland in the Reichspakt, like... I can't see a situation where France wins the war right now. Which is fine. I mean, the second Weltkrieg doesn't matter so much to us. Our interest, of course, obviously lies with the Austrians. But Austria is going to align with themselves with Germany, depending on how exactly the second Weltkrieg actually shapes out. Because they join the Reichspakt to fight the French. That's horrible for us. Ireland has gone with Britain. You guys aren't doing too much. Like, even join the Russian faction might not be a bad idea. Fully independent, at peace. We can declare war on you. So let's try it. If we can somehow... Because Poland's already in the Reichspakt. But if we can somehow get Poland to join our faction instead, if that's even possible, alongside with Italy here. Victory in the Balkan War. After years of planning and preparation, the combined forces of the Belgrade Pact now stand victorious over the Bulgar menace. No longer can the Bulgarians pressure us into doing their bidding because we are now the masters of the Balkans. Our victory came at a cost, of course. Many brave men gave their lives to achieve our long-held dream, and it is their lives that we will celebrate in this stunning victory. Yet, even after reclaiming our rightful territories in this clutch, the Bulgarians, our mission isn't over. Austria stands firm in the north, oppressing their southern Slav population into doing the Habsburg bidding. This cannot stand. We must right the wrongs of Wildkrieg and finally take revenge against Vienna, though we will assure unity amongst the Belgrade Pact. A second Belgrade conference will be held in the coming weeks. Did they leave the faction? No, they're still in the faction. So we'll see what they want to do. Pact of Organization. Mozambique Bush War doesn't matter so much to us. Like, you're at war, yeah, with all of these guys. Let's invite them into the research initiative. Like, why not? We'll see if they say yes. Like, again, it's showing the Polish and the Italian flags. There's no way they don't somehow get involved in this. Just having Austria to fight Poland, us, Romania, and Italy would absolutely crush them. Today, the multinational throng of diplomats, observers, and military officials descend on to Belgrade to attend the opening ceremony of the Second Congress of Belgrade. In a short speech, the Prime Minister thanked all the delegates for attending, and then gave a toast to our victory over our mutual enemies in Vienna. Tomorrow, the serious discussion will begin concerning everyone's claims on Habsburg territory and our approach to dealing with them. Today is a day to cherish the rare celebration of pan-national unity. So, I mean, Poland can have this territory, Romania. Force them with diplomacy. That sounds boring as hell. We're going to invade them. Our overall aim might be unified, but there are multiple ways we can approach dealing with Vienna. More radical delegates to Congress are calling for a war to bleed Austria die in revenge for their actions during the Wildkrieg. On the other hand, the moderate diplomats are favoring a more diplomatic approach, hoping to negotiate with Vienna rather than purely belligerent towards them. Peaceful approach would likely be preferable, but a few are optimistic about Austria's chance of actually going to the negotiation table. Ultimately, the leading Serbian delegates have the final choice over what approach we take. Of course, to war with Austria. Government officials have been assassinated. Probably unrelated, yeah, to the VMRO. There is blood on the streets of Belgrade today as a pair of civil servants were shot dead in the streets by an unknown VMRO assassin who has disappeared into a shocked crowd. The reason for their killing is unknown. The two men weren't involved in certification policies in Macedonia, nor were they particularly politically partisan. What it does show is that the VMRO are continuing to escalate until now. All their actions have taken place in the recently recaptured territory of Macedonia. Now, Alexandrov's dogs are operating across the country, shooting officials in broad daylight and getting away with it thanks to our botched response. Only God knows what they'll do next. Like, you are going to be done in 2 weeks. Which is good for us. Like, I just, like, because Hungary at war with Austria is super, super nice, right? Like, this has to be the best chance to attack. Gain claims on a bunch of territory. With the plan of action, delegates have finally decided to formalize their claims to the Austro-Hungarian Empire. Naturally, we have made sure to inform them that our government's ultimate goal is to unite Southern Slavs of Austro-Hungary under our flag, freeing them from centuries of oppression. We have a bunch of claims, actually. Poland have any claims? No, not as far as I can tell. Yeah, so the Pact of Organization, 14 days. I don't know if Greece or Romania actually said yes to this. And in a few more days, we'll get attack and defense bonuses. Does that allow us to just attack them, though? Education reform. It probably gives us maybe like an event. I'm not too sure. Done in 5 days. Congress have ended. With our plans and intentions clear, the Congress comes to a close. We are now to march towards the final battle to reestablish a new order in the Balkans, where nations are free from foreign empires and oppression. So we can just attack them right now. I believe. Like, I think that has to be the best choice. Right? Like, while they're fighting, like, Hungary? Sending all of Romania's troops to kind of go through here. To Yugoslavia, especially with our attack and defensive bonuses. I think that's pretty good for us. Choose technology. Let's go for you. National focus. Okay, let's address the Macedonians. Get rid of the VMRO. VMRO? Attack. Like, I guess that just, I'm gonna save just in case, because I'm a coward. But I would have expected Italy and Poland to actually get involved, seeing as, again, their flags were on the national focus screen. So I thought maybe they would have something to say, but I guess not. Yeah. In 14 days, we'll attack. So hopefully you guys are ready for that. I mean, Greece probably is not going to help us out too much, but Romania... Because again, you're not going to be fighting on the Hungarian front. The Hungarian border is basically pretty free for us to do whatever we want. We'll train, let's say, 2 divisions. Just 1 for now, though. And we'll keep pumping out, like, rifles. That's really the thing we need the most of at the moment. Is more guns. Formation of the Economic Council. A closer, prosperous Balkans. Which actually gives us a little bit of construction speed. I'll take it. For sure. And what are you doing? You're expanding the Austrian military. Not a huge surprise, but I'm actually looking at this front line with you. Deepen economic ties. Building slots. Yeah, no, I still think building slots are basically worthless. At least for right now, because we have so many building slots available to us elsewhere in the world. That it's really not a huge, huge concern. Reconciliation with Bulgaria. What many consider a surprising move the new Bulgarian government has, and what many consider a reconciliation tone, attempted to foster ties to build relations between our 2 nations, citing the stability of the Balkans as the key reason for fostering ties. Yeah, we'll accept. If it means that Bulgaria is less likely to attack us from the south, I will take it. Don't care what the United Clique is doing. Really makes no difference to us. Yeah, we don't want anybody here. We are... Oh, we declare war on Hungary regardless. Okay, well, I actually did not expect that. I'm guessing they're actually just in the event regardless. Are you in the war? Would you even accept the call to arms? You would. Please accept the call to arms. Okay, well, I guess my first objective... Okay, we have to declare war against you as well. Thank you. You here. You here. And I think we can maybe just try to rush Zagreb. Lucy Lord Emir is now involved in the war. You fight against this guy. You move your way up towards the north. I didn't think we'd be fighting Hungary, to be quite honest with you. I thought... I mean, even still, this is still the best time to attack. I mean, I guess the next best time maybe is if we were, like, in the Russian faction, but... You're going to march your way to here. The cavalry are making good time. How many troops do you guys actually have? 2 to 12 divisions. You're going to be there in 1 day, 1 hour. You're going to be there in 1 day, 9 hours. We will be there first. And even if we're going to get surrounded here, it shouldn't matter. Because, yeah, no, there we go. Illyria's already capitulated. Absolutely fantastic news for us. I think here. Draw the front line out like this. Delete you. I guess we're going to delete this plan as well. So just like that, we've already killed Illyria. Which works quite nicely. You are going to go up to this front. Greece, would you be actually willing to send me a handful of units? I'm not going to take it from Romania. I'm only going to take them from Greece because I know they're not going to be as effective. Or they're not going to actually send troops up here. So throw you guys here. For right now. You will stay on this front. And even now, I'm thinking there is a chance we can actually just probably capture major cities on this front. Like, let's see. We have 435,000. We're facing more troops. But you got to remember that Hungary and Austria are fighting each other as well. I think we do it. And I think it might actually happen where we just win, like, super easily. Not that this is how I expected this to go, necessarily. What if you just march your way straight up to Vienna? How does that play out here? You're winning both of these fights. Okay, fall back for the moment. I mean, Germany is supporting the Austrians. That's not a huge surprise. We can't form Yugoslavia because we don't own these territories. Pull back slightly. And I want to deploy these two guys, like, the moment we're able to. I know we don't have the men necessary at the moment. But I mean, I like... Okay, you're still holding Belgrade. You just don't want to help, which is unfortunate. I will get some more war propaganda, though. I think that seems okay. And I want to deploy these two men. Even if they're not... Even if they're going to be green. Railway bombing. Unfortunate. Keep on pulling back. I know their situation's, like, not the best. Once Hungary is dead, our situation, I think, does become a little bit simpler. Because Hungary's going to die, I think, no matter what happens. Like, Hungary's not coming out of this war alive. That is very clear. Okay, you guys are sending some units in. Is there any way I can get somebody else to fight you? I don't know, to be quite honest. I got 2 units here. You're fighting the best that you can. Do I have any planes? I don't. Okay, that is bad. We don't want better artillery right now. Let's actually go for you. We did lose Zagreb, but it's really not a major deal. How many troops does Hungary have? 21 to 42, huh? Okay. Okay. But I do think that for right now, this is going to be a good time for us to end this episode. So thanks everybody for watching. My name is Swam. If you enjoyed, my thumbs up. Not enjoy, call you some down. You want to subscribe, and goodbye.